Well, alright everybody, welcome back to the Agoraphobics podcast. My name's Chris, I am the Agoraphobic. Got a few things to talk about today that actually happened today. It's Monday, May 28th. Monday is always podcast day. I try to do something every Monday. I may do something on Thursdays, it just depends on how I feel. Okay, I have a new mic. I found a decent deal on Amazon. I got the NW700 with the swing arm and the pop filter and all that. So if you guys hear a little roar in the background, the mic's actually picking up my box fan. I would turn it off, but to be honest with you, I'd burn up. So I want to talk today about change. I don't take change well, and I don't know why. I don't think any of us like change, especially if it's big changes like a new home or a new car. Big changes. If someone passes away in the family, that's a huge change. But little changes bother me, and I don't understand why. I DJ in a virtual nightclub in Second Life, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Well, it's Monday. I logged into the club schedule this morning, the web page, to see, to make sure that my shift was Monday, and they changed my shifts. The club manager wanted to do something special for Memorial Day, and so she wanted to take my spot. So I logged into the game and just asked her, hey, did you take my spot? Which is fine. I just want to make sure I read the schedule right. She says, yeah. She said, I took your spot. I've already downloaded the music. She said, I wanted to do something kind of special for the holiday. So I'm like, okay, that's cool with me. Just want to make sure I was reading the schedule right. She confirmed it, and I let her hear my new mic while I streamed a little music to make sure that she liked what it was. She owns the club. She's the one that hired me. She said it was fine, would be great. So I logged out of the game and broke out into a sweat. I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with you? I took a Xanax because I know what's coming. I can feel it coming. I felt it building. It's a panic attack. I've been having them so long, I know what the symptoms are before they even start, which is what I want, because I want to kill it before it gets started. So last night my wife was sitting here, and she doesn't like the way the bedroom is arranged as far as the desk for our computers. They sit side by side, but she's having an issue getting in and out of this spot where this back desk sits. So I told her, I said, okay, I will take the back desk. So we broke both computers down, moved everything around, and reassembled everything and swapped desk. I don't know why, but I'm sitting over here where she usually sits, and it's so odd that maybe that was part of what happened. And it was in conjunction probably with having my schedule changed. I didn't realize it was going to change. And then I'm swapped desks, so I'm sitting in a different place today. Change just bothers me, and it's a holiday. Holidays bother me. I don't like holidays, special days. For some reason it does bother me. I hate birthdays. I can't stand my birthday. It's just another day. It's not special. It's not something that everybody needs to stop and acknowledge. On my part, it's just another day. I really don't like Christmas. I understand the meaning of Christmas, what it means to me as a pagan. I understand this symbolic stuff that goes on around Christmas, and I try to join in when I can. but I really don't like holidays. They just bother me. So the holiday, in conjunction with my schedule being changed, and then we swapped desk and moved the bedroom around, everything's different. All in a 24-hour period. There's too many different things. That does bother me, and I don't know why. I guess it's just part of it. Did anybody else feel this way about change? Does change bother you like it bothers me? Feel free to comment below and let me know how you feel about holidays and changes and things like that. I'm interested to know your thoughts. Okay, I've told y'all that I always start my mornings with Facebook. Didn't really see a lot this morning worth talking about. One story caught my eye. Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, which is where we lay to rest those who have sacrificed everything for their country. And I think it's a great memorial graveyard. They have about 25 years left, they said. After 25 years, Arlington's going to be full. What are they going to do then? Are we going to start another national cemetery to honor these dead? I don't know where they would find room. Arlington is huge. That could, I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I've got a son in the military. My uncles were in the military. I think 100% that our military needs to come first. But wouldn't it make better sense to have cremated these men and put a memorial up for them and taken up less room and had more room to make a big park at Arlington, which I think there's a park there anyway, but I'm just saying we're running out of room to bury the dead. Cremation to me is 100% better than burying people in the ground. I don't get the concept. I've never understood it. I don't know that there is a biblical verse or words that could be used to explain it. I don't think it's explained in the Bible. I've read the Bible a couple times. I don't recall seeing anything. It amazes me that we want to preserve someone's body when they're not there anymore. So maybe if somebody can explain that in the comments, I'd be willing to discuss it for sure. That's all the news I saw that looked, I mean, there's some stuff out of Hawaii, some really nice videos, people taking of the lava flows, the volcanoes down there that have erupted. I don't know how I feel about that either. It's one natural disaster after another over the past several years. We've had a lot of hurricanes, terrible storms. We live in Tennessee. I know Oklahoma, if they get hit pretty hard and it comes just right, it comes down through Arkansas, and we get what's left of it as it crosses the Mississippi into West Tennessee. So we've had some pretty rough storms over the last 4 or 5 years, and it doesn't seem to be letting up. People talk about global warming. I don't know that global warming has anything to do with it. I think we've had a lot of global warmings over the past million years. I think I don't buy into it. I'm not buying into it just yet. There's too much evidence that we've been here before. The earth has seen a lot of changes, and they've repeated. The patterns have repeated. We've had more than one ice age. I hope we have another one. It's hot. It's summertime. I'm ready for cold weather. I love wintertime. When it gets hot, I have breathing troubles. I have to have a fan on me all the time. I can't stand it. So another ice age would tickle me to death. I think my biggest thing on it is history will repeat itself. and global history will repeat itself also. So we've been there before, and we will be there again. We just have to face the fact that change is inevitable. I don't like change, I've said that before, but it has to happen. Now, having said that, my mind understands that change is necessary for whatever reason. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Doesn't mean you have to like it. Just means it's going to happen, and we have no choice but to face change head on and try to deal with it. I'm sitting in a different spot today. I'm dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it well, but I'm dealing with it. And by tomorrow, the next day, I'll be used to sitting here, and it won't bother me anymore. As far as that schedule change, well, that was just a one-time thing, so probably won't happen again. My shifts are pretty much set in stone. Trying to think of what else I wanted to say today. It's not going to be a long broadcast. I try to keep them to 20, 22 minutes, but sometimes we get around 10 or 11 minutes, and I've said what I want to say, so maybe I need to learn to talk slower. Well, could be. If you have something to talk about, if you have a show topic or idea, something you want to discuss or would like for me to research and discuss, I don't mind researching. I'll dig up all the facts on it I can, and we'll talk about that. And then you can leave your comments on that one, and we'll start a discussion. I guess the other thing that bothers me is standing in lines. We've talked about that before in my previous, I believe it was Agoraphobia 102 show, where I felt trapped in a grocery store. Walmart is the worst because they've got like 75 checkout lanes and only 2 are open at any given time, and they expect you to use self-check, which is the biggest bunch of garbage in the world. Self-check. Put a damn time clock on the wall and clock me in when I enter the store and pay me while I'm there, and yeah, I'll use self-check. You need to get a cashier up here and have her check out my groceries is what you need to do. I standing in line at self-check, and it beeps and the product doesn't get picked up, and you have to get somebody over there to unhang the machine, and then when you go to leave with your receipt, if you've got something that's not bagged, somebody wants to check your receipt and go through your buggy. If they don't trust people, don't put self-check in the store. People are ripping you off. Walmart's losing a ton of money through self-check. People are not paying for that stuff. They're skipping it right over the scanner, throwing it in the buggy, and going on. It happens every single day. I've seen people do it with my own 2 eyes. Walmart is losing a ton of money because they're too damn lazy to put a checker at a checkout line and pay them. They would make 6 times more than what they lose if they would just open more registers. I think the only other thing I did see on Facebook was Starbucks. They want to educate their staff against racial bias and set an example. Okay, so you hired these people and they're working for you and they're racist. Well, guess what? Half the people in this damn country are racist. They won't admit it, and they'll go to great lengths to try to prove to you that they're not racist. Racism exists. It existed 200 years ago. It existed 2,000 years ago. It existed 2 million years ago. Whatever lived here before man, whatever crawled around, I guarantee you there was racism involved. It's like a human trait. I don't know how they think they're going to breed it out of people or get rid of it out of people. It's never going to go away. You're either born a racist or you're not. Sometimes you can be taught to be. I agree. It's nurture versus nature. Some people are born that way. Some people learn it. It's a learned trait in a lot of cases. But that's parents teaching kids to be racist because they're racist. And you're not going to stop that. You can raise awareness, of course, but you're not going to stop it. And I don't know why people spend so much time worrying about things and working on things that are not going to change. Can we not worry about problems that we can have a decent chance of fixing? Because racism is not one of them. You're either a racist or you're not. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully you're not teaching your children to be one. But if you are, we can't stop you. We can try to educate your children. We can try to change their minds. But most of the time, when people have the issue, they're dug in on it. They're not going to stop. Racism is something that's not going to go away. You can work with these employees all you want. If they're racist, they're racist. You can tell them to hide it at work. You can tell them that they better not say anything at work or they'll lose their job. Okay, so under the threat of being unemployed, they're not racist anymore. Right. Yeah, that's going to change them. Because when they go home, they're still racist. If they were racist before, they're racist after their little talk at work. I guarantee it. Doesn't stop things. Okay, not seeing much else. Don't have a lot else to say. Hope everybody had a good Memorial Day. Spend time with your family and your loved ones. Remember those who have paid the ultimate price. We want to remember them and their sacrifice. Be a good person. Just try to be a good person. It's not hard. Before you say something, run it through your head first before it comes out of your mouth. It's a little easier on everybody when you do that. Just take the time to try to put your thoughts together before you spit it out, because a lot of times that's where we get in trouble. So have a great holiday, and I will either make a new broadcast by Thursday, or I will be back with a scheduled broadcast next Monday. So everybody have a great week, and I shall see you then.